Go Curvy.
Look who I have back on the couch with me. Everybody's favorite, Brandon Aki is back.
Thank you.
Brandon, how are you? It's so good to see you.
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
It's crazy. When you come on the show, social media, Go Curvy social media goes nuts. And I don't know if you've seen some of the questions, but all right. Everybody wants to know. Dating is such a hot button subject, Brandon.
Yeah,
so we've had a lot of questions, but we're gonna get into that later because you're doing something so special.
Yeah.
And when you told me about this, I'm like, oh my goodness, ladies are gonna absolutely love this. And it's something you're doing just for us ladies. And that is a salon takeover on September 5th. Tell us a little bit more, like, why are you doing this, and like, how did it all come about?
Yeah, and I was actually just having the conversation with Tegan backstage, but really a lot of women are having a difficult time figuring out how to help their friends with their situations. And the reason why we wanted to do this salon takeover is just simply put that everyone has that moment where they need to get their hair done, they need to get ready for that special date, that special someone in their lives. And so that's our way of just saying, hey, I can't, a lot of times, like, it's hard to make that connection with the two, like, introducing them to me without seeming like they're...
Right.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a friendly, easy way for people just to come and meet you and ask you some questions. There it is. It's on Brandon's website, so make sure that everyone goes to check it out. And Brandon, you were also telling me that it gives a chance where the ladies can mingle with each other, too.
Yeah.
And
I want to make sure that they have a great network of friends, that are like-minded and really want to do dating and relationships right.
Yeah.
So the salon takeover is for anyone who is going through a breakup, anyone in a relationship, whether they be married or just in a serious relationship, those types of things, and just encouraging them for that next phase. If you're having an anniversary or a birthday party or something along those lines, just to get ready for it. So it's a cut, color, styling, and then we have other professionals doing makeup and nails and things like that. So it'll be a really great event.
That is incredible.
And then afterward, I take them on a date night to the next spot after that, and then we just have round table, just talk a little bit, have some drinks and some food, and just really relax and get to the issue of get to the point of those things that are really going on in your relationships.
That is wonderful. It sounds like the perfect girls' night out.
Yeah,
right?
It is.
Just ladies come together, and I always say, you feel so, when you do a little something for yourself, and you have to, ladies, we talk about this all the time, do something for yourself. Like, what a wonderful opportunity. Get your hair done, get your makeup done, and just go sit around and chat and have fun with other ladies, and of course you.
Yeah.
If you need some dating advice, the man himself will be there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And so I'm really excited about it. I really want to, have a chance to give back to as many women as I can, as many people as I can. So this is one of those venues that do that. So if you get a chance, then go to brandonaki.com and check it out.
Yeah, that's perfect. Brandon, and do they have to buy tickets in advance, or can they go to your website and find out all the information?
Yeah, so what they'll do is they'll go on the website, and there's limited space on it. And so what they'll do is they'll just sign up, and then, based on, where they are in the queue, the different things that they're looking for, then someone will contact them and get them in the system. So, we want to make sure that if they can't get into this one, if they can't get into it, then they get into the next one. So we want to help out as many as we can.
That is wonderful. And you'll be there to answer questions, right?
Absolutely.
That is great. And talking about questions.
All right.
So you and I are gonna talk about, so you're handling the lady side, and I'm handling the men's side.
Okay.
That sounds right? That's the way it should be. Okay, Brandon, you're gonna start, and it's 5 dating tips for the first date for women.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to go through all 5 or just one by one?
No, you give them to us, Brandon. Give them to us.
Number 1, check your baggage. Now, should I explain all these? Or?
Please do.
Okay. So what I did was I realized that one of the biggest things is that you know yourself before you get into any dating situation, any scenario. So you want to make sure that you're understanding what you're going through. If the guy hits you with some off-the-wall question, you need to be prepared for it. So know yourself, know your baggage, know all those things that are drawbacks for you, and then have some good internal dialogue with yourself for how you got there and what you're going to do to fix it.
Be ready to answer the questions.
Absolutely. The next one is environment. So know your environment. And this one is one of those self-critiquing ones that happened to me. And I was actually out with a client early, about 5-6 years ago. And ended up, she was dating a really great guy. And I said, hey, show up to this restaurant. So went there and then, got to the next spot, and I showed up a little early, and it was a bar. long story short, I saw couples getting up from the bar and heading into another room, and I was like, huh, they're going to the restroom together, and I was a little confused about seeing 3 or 4 of these happen, and it ended up being a swingers club.
Oh,
and
dear.
so you always want to know your environment. You always want to do a good check of what type of scene it is. You want to know, like, is it a well congested place? Is it so that you can also get to the next one, which is doing your homework.
Yes.
All right.
Very important.
Yeah, and so all those pieces kind of go hand in hand, making sure that you know exactly where you are, where the environment is, and then the type of person that you're dating. Good topics to kind of discuss. If he's had a death, if he had a death in a family, you might not want to make those kind of jokes and stuff like that. So doing your homework, as much information as you can, to make sure that the date goes off really well.
That's a good one, Brandon. I like that one. Do your homework.
Yeah. And then the next one is look the part. There's nothing worse than going somewhere and being completely underdressed or dressed inappropriately for the type of person that you want to be with or for the environment. So make sure that those go hand in hand. They're very, very important.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That is great tips.
Yeah, and then the last one is have fun.
Have fun. Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. The worst thing is to be too serious on a date.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you want to have fun. You want to make sure that, hey, the purpose for you dating is to actually find out if the person is or can be the right person for you. And so with that in mind, take it as if it's serious but not too serious. Have fun, enjoy yourself, have some laughs, and don't take yourself too seriously in that regard.
That's a good one. Have fun. That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's supposed to be fun. Great tips. You ready for mine?
Yes,
Brandon,
ready. All right.
You ready?
All right.
And you can challenge me. Feel free.
Okay.
Feel free. Okay, gentlemen, this is 5 dating tips for you. And at number 1, I have avoid high commitment first dates. And what I mean by this, Brandon, it's like, we're going to the movies, we're going to dinner, then we're going for ice cream, or we're going for something underneath. Guys, we're more worried about if we can make it an hour in our shoes. Keep it simple. Quit with the high, like do one thing. Would you agree?
I think that's a great idea. You always want to leave on a high note. That's what I always tell my clients.
Right.
So always give yourself some event afterward that you have to go to, or limit the time frame that you've got. And if you choose to extend that, then that's your prerogative. And then that way you can always choose to leave on a high note.
That's a good one, right?
Yes.
No high commitment first dates. Yeah. Plan, gentlemen. Women love a man with a plan. Plan the date, guys. Plan the date. Don't you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not like, hey, baby, let's go. I don't know. Like, plan it. Tell us what you're doing. What we're doing.
Okay, so that one I agree with, but you always want to have the flexibility.
Right.
So what I always like to do is just say, hey, what would you like to do? And then if she says, well, because there's a lot of women who know exactly how they want the date to go off. They've been in a situation where they've been daydreaming about it, or they've been excited about it. Something else came up that they were excited about, a new art exhibit or something like that. Always ask what she wants to do first, and then have the plan. Because what you can do is you can always substitute some of the things in there.
Yeah.
And have that flexibility. If you're way too rigid, then it's not going to be fun.
But we do like a man with a plan, Brandon.
Absolutely.
We do. We really do. Okay, guys. If you're going to pick her up, clean your car. Mason. Oh, don't throw Mason under the bus. I can say Andrew. So, guys, if you're picking her up, please clean your car, because you know what? We notice. And we don't want to be sitting on stuff that we get stuck to, or pens in our butt. Like, clean your car. And it also tells us a lot about a man if he has a dirty car. Yeah,
absolutely. And that is a really huge one, so to speak, and especially for your home as well. Make sure that
prepare, guys. It goes back to having a plan.
It's about being a gentleman as well.
Right?
Yeah.
And everybody, all my crew members and Brandon, I'm checking your cars before you leave today. And I'll post pictures. Okay, guys, another one. This is, Brandon, you can tell me later if you agree with this. Dress to show respect. And dress, if you look nice, it leaves a good first impression, but I want to elaborate a little bit on this. Now, everybody knows that I'm a mother of 3 grown boys. And for some reason, when guys get nervous, they forget to do up their zippers. Guys, check it. Please, like, I don't know what it is. Guys get nervous and they just forget their zippers. Guys, just, do show a little effort and make sure your zipper's done up.
Yeah. We've all made that. We've all made that mistake. I think that's one of those things that that guys can do. But
Right.
And I think that's probably a great trigger point, just to say, hey, take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Check your fly, make sure everything is good, and
Right.
then get ready for your day. That's very sound advice.
Right, really good. Look nice. Andy, no flip-flops. Right, Brandon? No flip-flops. Like, come on, no flip-flops. Leave the flip-flops at home. Oh, my goodness. And last but not least, Brandon, and I know you're going to agree with this one, is compliment the way she looks. Guys, we work so hard to look good. Compliment us. Don't you agree? Compliment the way she looks.
I agree, but what I've learned is that you have to pick something specific and regarding more of her personality.
Oh, interesting.
And that's very, very important. When it comes down to just saying, "Oh, you look very nice," it's very generic. It's a very generic compliment that not very many people are really going to take to heart.
Yeah.
But when you compliment someone with something that they took time and effort and is part of their personality, well, then that's where you're always going to go right. If she picks some very special earrings that you've never seen before, or they have like a little bit of different color or sparkle or this or that, well then now you know that she's picked a little more time to kind of go with it. So just those particulars are very, very important.
That is great, and again, that's paying attention to details.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely, and it gets you present in the moment. I think that's very, very important as well, is that you be right there paying attention to all the different cues, because those can make or break a date.
That is great advice. Great advice, Brandon. Thank you so much.
Your curvy body's going on, child. Looking good with your fashion style. Life is short.